Hey guys, what is up? It is Mabasei here. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the freaking intro that was created with the clip creator at panzer.com. That's panzer.com. There's a free site. You can make banners or whatever else you feel like. Banners, intros. Well, the clip maker is kind of still in beta, but it did a damn thing when it came to what you just saw. So, hey,
thank you all for coming. I'm glad to see you all made it, even though you are undoubtedly more concerned for your inheritance than you are for me. I'll admit, I've been a cold-hearted bastard for a lot of years, even more than you know. I can't imagine that you'll ever forgive me for what I've done, so I only ask that you judge my deeds in the proper context. That's why I've called you here, to tell you about my life and my sin, and to explain why one of you will die with me. I grew up in a nothing town in the Arizona desert. Not even a post office, just a school, a diner, and the last gas station before the highway to Vegas. The only thing I had in the world was my friends. There wasn't much else to do, but we had so much fun, I never worried about the future. I remember one night, desperate for anything to do besides homework, we had a game of hide and seek in the cemetery. On the count of 10, we flew in all directions. I ran to the back of the graveyard, past the tombs of the city fathers, to a place where time had wiped away the names of the dead, searching for the perfect hiding place. I fell over a broken headstone, tore my leg something awful. Must have left a half a gallon of blood in that grave, but they never found me. When the final school bell rang out, my friends scattered to the wind. College, the army, anything to get out of that little town. But turning 18 took me by surprise. I found myself working at the gas station, watching cars filled with laughing people heading to places I'd never seen. Months passed by, like commercials on TV. The bell rang for the trillionth time, and I trudged out to fill up yet another car. This one was a Corvette, canary yellow, shining like candy wrapped in cellophane. Behind the wheel was a pretty young thing, a tank top and aviator shades. I scrubbed her windshield and out of habit said, "Have fun in Vegas." She smiled, the sunlight glinting off her glasses. Actually, Daddy and I just moved to town. I'm heading to work at the diner across the road. By the way, my name is Rosa. She handed me a few crumpled bills and waggled her fingers goodbye. As I stared at her taillights, I realized I hadn't told her my name. After that, I had every meal at her table, trying to work up the nerve to introduce myself and ask her out. I ate slowly, hoping to find the words by the time I'd finished dessert. It only took me 6 months to find, when finally I mustered up the courage to ask her out. She agreed to spend her next lunch break with me. Thank God she said yes. I was getting sick of the rhubarb pie, but where to take her? The only place to go in town was the damn diner. We ended up having a picnic in the field by the cemetery. That might sound a bit morbid, but this was the desert after all. There weren't that many places with nice grass or much of anything else. She brought some strawberry crepes, whatever they're called, and I brought a bottle of wine. We exchanged awkward small talk, and watched the grass dance in the wind until the wine spread its smile across our faces. She told me about growing up in New Mexico, her pets, her plans for college. I mostly just listened, because the only thing I wanted to say was, I'm lonely. We spent the next 3 months in each other's arms. Her kindness and her laughter pushed away the dark that enveloped my heart. I really started to think that this woman could save me. She could be my oasis. One evening I traded every dollar I had for a ring I hoped would make her mine. I headed to her apartment, too excited, driving too fast. Luckily there weren't any cops about, not as if there were too many in this fucking godforsaken place anyway. The wind rose, carrying a summer storm. I drove through miles of water until the cemetery appeared, lurking in the dark. I always hated that curve. The world exploded, binding pain. I had slid, crashed through the fence, and the limb of an oak tree had pierced my chest. Everything was blood and broken headstones. Nasty stuff. I would never see Sweet Rose's face again. My joy had turned to ashes right in front of me. Desperate to free myself from this fate, I cried out to whatever spirits could hear me. Anything you want. Just save me and let me share a long life with her. Silence. And then, just then, something touched me on the arm. A voice like a flock of crows. A child will pull the wing from a fly and laugh. So much less does your suffering matter to me. My God. This was worse than dying alone. I've been found by something that was going to watch me die and smile. I said, Spirit, don't I have anything to offer you? To offer you? Not even my soul? What makes you think such a thing exists? Hot putrid breath assaulted my face. I roam the earth from east to west, devouring those who hear my voice. I steal the hope from their lovers' grasp. Why should you see her again, when my only companion is despair? This was agony. I had finally found some meaning, some purpose, and one slip had stolen it from me. I had to sacrifice anything. I'd sacrifice anything to have it back. Take one of my grandchildren for your own. You will live to 99 with your Rosa, but I shall take the grandchild you love the most. I will sign my name in their flesh, and they shall join in my endless wandering. The thing's shrieking laughter still haunts me. Will you cast them into darkness? Choose quickly, my hunger grows. I agreed. Damn my desperation. I said yes, just as my vision began to fade. The fucking lying piece of shit. I was gonna die anyway. A foul, choking wind, something like the sound of wings. I opened my eyes in the hospital. Rosa was at my side, clutching the ring and weeping. I threw back the bed sheets and felt my chest. No wounds, but every hair had been burned from my body. A few months later, she would demand a child. At first I refused, but I couldn't bear to see her unhappy. I couldn't bear the thought of her leaving. One child led to 2, then 3, and then 4. I did my best to make sure they never found love. I locked them in their rooms, trapped them in the basement, threatened their boyfriends with a knife. They ran from me, scattered, and had children of their own. I spent years trying to deaden my heart, trying to never feel anything for you girls. But I failed, and now once more, the light is leaving me. Quickly, search your bodies. Even though whom the demon has chosen,